Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now today is a very special video because I have achieved a goal that I've wanted to achieve for a very long time, and that is indeed 500 fully upgraded ultra rares. This is probably the most invested rarity I have in the entire game, and I'm really proud to say that I finally hit this milestone. I made a video when I hit 300 and then 400, and now we have hit 500. But before I talk about my 500 max ultra rares, as you can see I have 96 that are, fused material, 500 that are fully upgraded. I want to talk about the ultra rares that I still do not have. So if I go into all cars and I go into status, there are 48 ultra rares that I still don't have in my collection. So there's most of them are absolutely garbage. In fact, I had this until yesterday, fused it away because I really didn't want to max it until that's a final 20 car that I'll max out, maybe even final 15. But yeah, a lot of hot garbage in here, right? Like the Infinity, the Rover, the Tribeca. Eventually my goal is to max out every single ultra in the game, but if you are absolutely hot garbage like this Range Rover, you are going to be so far down the list. Like if I have 10 ultra rares left that I need, then maybe the Range Rover will be considered, okay? But the Aero Atom one, I really want this. I still can't seem to get it to save my life. And then I think there's 3 ultra rares. There are 3 ultra rares that I actually genuinely want that I can't seem to get. The Aerial Atom is one of them. The other one belongs to the Renault Sport Megane. Oh, sorry, the Aerial Atom's one. The Renault Sport Megane is the second one, the R26. And if I remember correctly, I think the third one, oh yeah, it's the Vauxhall VX220. So these are the 3 ultras I really want in my collection. I also want the C55, but this is mainly because I like the car. It's not going to be really good for me in the game, but everything else is just what I need. I think one is a prize car, so 47 non-prize ultras I need left in my collection. So let's get rid of that because that isn't the main point today. The main point today is I want to go through my 500 max ultra rares. Just to let you know, to max out an ultra rare, I think it's over 64,000. So I think it's over 64,000. We're just gonna say that one ultra rare is 64,000 cash, right? Not even counting the 15 super rares. If you sell the 15 super rares each for 2,500, then the standard will go up even more. But if you were just upgrading an ultra rare, then you would need 64,000 to fully upgrade an ultra rare. So 500, just to give you a perspective, 500 fully upgraded ultra rares is a 32 million plus investment. So I have spent over 32 mil on just ultra rares alone. So let's run through the stats real quick, okay? So when it comes to country, out of the 500 upgraded, fully upgraded of course, ultra rares I have, 101 belong to Japan. Now if you're watching the video right now, I would encourage you to take out your phone and compare and contrast. Obviously you might not be able to beat some of these numbers, but I do want to see what your numbers are. Tell me down below in the comments, what is your strongest ultra rare country when it comes to fully upgraded cars? So I have 101 Japanese ones, 114 German, 115 American. This is actually really close between the two. 103 British cars, 40 Italian, 15 French, 6 Swedish, 4 Dutch, and 2 from Australia. And if we go into manufacturer, oh, actually let's go into miscellaneous, okay? No, collections and tags. So 58 are JPT, 45 are American Frontier, but mind you, American Frontier is smaller than the collection in JPT. 17 are European Revolution, 72 belong to Great Exhibition. That is actually a really big amount. 72, my god. Italian Renaissance gets 30, German Renaissance with 38, French Renaissance with 11, American Dream with 46, so still one more compared to Frontier, 17 prize cars and 483 non-prize cars. So really big stuff going on. And of course when it comes to manufacturer, we have 11 Acura, 7 Alfa, 26 Aston Martin, 4 Audis, 9 Bentleys, 35 BMWs, but the main thing I want to talk about is of course 38 Dodge. Subaru is a massive amount as well. I got 19, 27 Nissans, 19 Mercedes-Benz. Subaru is big, where 31 Subis. I do have most of the Subis max at this point as well. And I think the last thing I want to talk about before I show off the collection is duplicates. So as you can see over here, out of 500, because in total there are less than 500 unique ultra rares, but I have 500 max, and this is why. 291, more than half of my ultra rare collection are duplicates. and then 209 are unique. So pretty interesting, right? There's all these are duplicates. You know, I got 4 Rapides, I got 4 not Corvettes, Colorados, 2 Challenger SRTs, 3 037s, 5 VTRs, etc, etc, etc. But I'm gonna show all 500, so let's get into it. 50 to 64. So as you can see over here, I've already started maxing out some pretty useless crap, like the Volkswagen, for example. I don't think I've used this too much as well. 21 races with a win percentage of 33%. That is sad. That is really, really sad. Absolutely trash car. I literally only upgraded it for the collection because, like I said, I want to get every single ultra rare fully upgraded. So eventually I had to max the Golf, so I did it anyway. So most of the time when I do 1 mil pack openings now, when I get a crappy ultra rare, I'm probably going to keep it and max it out, unless it's like a Tribeca or the Pathfinder I was talking about. Those, at this point, you know, I just can't bring myself to maxing them out just yet. We have the Forester as well, and then we have, you know, we're gonna see a lot of duplicates over here, right? Because I play a lot of clubs, and these cars are also really good in multiplayer events and single player, etc. Well, honestly, if I max out any duplicate ultra rares now, they're not gonna help me with single player anyway. But yeah, we have the Nissan Pulsar Nismo. We have 3 Lotus Elise, 1 from the campaign. Now I believe that this one is from the campaign. Yep, 1,745. This one is 1,728. So yeah, this is the campaign one for sure. And as you can see, I went 233 for my first ever one. Still to this day, so many people are saying that, oh, you should 323 your Lotus Elise Sport. Look, man, 323 is gonna win you slalom and hairpin. That's about it. I want my Lotus Elise to win everything else. So as you can see, even 4 or 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago now, I decided to go 233 on my Lotus Elise Sport. But that was because that wasn't even when 233 was the meta yet. That was just because I wanted to see if this would hit 95 handling, but it didn't. But yeah, I think this is like 94.7, and this is probably like 94.3, maybe, like that's the difference. I mean, sorry, this is 94.3 because this is the 9691. But yeah, moving on from the collection now, got a lot of crappy like RQ50s in here, just doing it for the collection. This one's pretty new, I think. Yeah, just about a month, a little over a month old. I have 2 Renault Sport Megane 4RS, really good French hatchback, you know, great handling, low RQ. I've used it a lot of times, as you can see, 3,595 days. Moving on, duplicate City over here, we got 2 Solstice, 2 OPC, 4 Opel Adams as well, and then we have a bit of, you know, uniqueness, and then we have 2 RX-7s, 2 Mazda CX-9s, 2 Lamborghini Countach. Welcome to Noah's Ark, guys. I got duplicates a lot, and of course on my collection of Dodge Charger 3s. Now, I'm pretty sure I use these cars a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them go over like maybe 600 races. So we have 80 on this one. That's probably the newest one. Yep, 1,229 races. I think 600 was a conservative guess. 1,039, and this one maybe over 1,000 as well. 1,063. Yeah, so over 600 was an incredibly conservative guess. We got some really useless American cars like the Camaro Z28, the CTS Sport Wagon. It has some niches to it, so not the worst thing in the world, but the Camaro, oh dear, that is bad. Yeah, with the X3 now, shout out to this, man. This is also a ridiculously old car. 1,657 days. I had this when it was ultra rare. And then it went down to super rare, and then I think it went back up to ultra rare. I'm pretty sure that was the journey. Yeah, I mean, that's a 5-year-old journey now. I'm starting to lose my memory when it comes to a car that I never ever use. I'm actually surprised. I thought I had 2 Suzuki Kazashis, but I guess I only have 1 because I only see 1 over here. I do want a second Subaru Levorg as well. That 87 handling, 4 drive, entire mini ground clearance, it gets me every time, man. We got more useless upgrades over here, so I'll get through them really quickly. But once again, if you're watching this video, you want to see what the cars look like maxed out, just give the video a pause so you can look at the stats. If you have any questions on how I fully upgraded the Ultra as well, you can comment down below. But you know, for those that have seen my RQ series, then you would know what, you know, upgrades I've put on these cars, because you know, basically what I say in the RQ series is what I've done to my own cars as well. I think the only one is the Acura RSX. I want to go 699, but this one is 969, but I upgraded this specifically for the HDI Fat Finals, if you remember that. So if I have a second RSX and if I'm bothered to max it out, I would go 699, because it's just really just a Cadillac ELR but an ultra version of it, and it also has medium ground clearance as well. So it's the Cadillac ELR what it used to be, you know, 89 handling, and medium ground clearance. Moving on from the collection now, this one's also a pretty new upgrade. Really crappy car. I know people have told me, yeah, see 0 races, not used it once, and it's Jaguar x5 in clubs right now. Still haven't used it because it's just really bad. We have 4.287 as well, gotta love it. And then we have 4 Dodge Circuit EVs, of course, for my Dodge collection, 3 of which are 699, and then this one is 969. And then I have my 2 Daytonas, which really got a lot of work done for me in famous tracks. And then moving on from the collection, we also have 2 640Ds. Why I have duplicates of this is because this car was nerfed. In the past, it had 90 handling, and I had duplicates because it is a diesel. It's a diesel car. There you go. So it's diesel. So, you know, there was a little bit of value in that. Moving on from the collection now, I got, you know, Lotus Europa S's, Lotus SX. We have duplicates of the Lamborghini Miura SV, and then we move on to 54s. And here we have, I think, my first quintuple. I don't think you've seen a quintuple. We've seen the quadruple in the Atom, but now we have the quintuple for the Caterham 7-270. 5 of these bad boys. Absolutely love them to death. I wouldn't be surprised if they went over 1,000 races as well. This one only 333, but I've only owned that. I've only had that for 226 days. This one right here, 3,420 races with 78% for a win ratio. Absolutely fantastic. Love the E36 M3 as well. Medium ground clearance. I never use it though, but I love the car. Yeah, 337 races in 1,100 days is not a lot, but the win ratio actually isn't that bad. This is also another crappy Ultra I maxed out just because I wanted to finish off the collection. I have 2 Desirs. I've been meaning to get a third. 2 Infinity Q50s as well. Both of them are 699, of course. I have my collection of Nitros and SRT4 Neons and the M80, but that's only in 1. I have a triplets of the Trailblazer SS, quadruplets of the BMW 520D X-Drive, 2 Aston Martin Bulldogs at 996, and triplets once again of the Acura TLX. It's been a while since there's been like a combination of rain and front-wheel drive in clubs. They used to be a lot more common back in the day. Haven't seen one as often frequently, but they do get a lot of use when those are the requirements in clubs. We also have a bit more 56 RQ cars here. We've got the Maybach Delay, which is a car that I use quite a bit. Some useless Aston Martins, but they're beautiful nonetheless. And I have a collection of Suzuki Ignis Super 1600s. Obviously, Lee, if you're watching, you're gonna love these. All of these are also 699, as you can see over here, 699, and they all have the same top speed, which is an easy way of knowing that they're all upgraded the same way. I do love the shell as well, like, you know, the sponsor. Then we have, oh, is this, yes, this is quintuplets once again of my Opel Corsa 1600. I think I have a few quintuplets. I think I have the Corsa, I have the Caterham, I have the BTR, and I feel like there might be another one. I have a lot of 4s as well, a lot of quintuples. No, sorry, quintuplets. I got a lot of quadruples. And then yeah, we got more Evo ones over here. Collection. I got 699 and 969. Moving on along with our 57. So I have 3 of a kind for the Honda Civic Type R. 180 is 996. 179 is 969. 176 is 699. If you want to know which is the one that I use the most, I would say it's the 699 version, but this car got its niche, man. For front wheel drive cars, this has an incredibly high top speed. Absolutely love it in my collection. Great car for the Test Bowl. Very useful in the most recent hatchback event, because that was my X factor for me. You saw that. I recorded that in the gameplay day. I got Aerovets galore as well, and then a lot of singles over here as well, so if you want any of them, you can take them if you want. Well, actually don't, because, you know, it's part of my collection. I got 3 Mercedes AMG G63s as well. 2 are drag spec, 1 is 969. And then I have my Dodge collection, 2 SRT8s, 2 Daytonas, and 2 Challenger SRT8s. 2 Aspen hybrids as well. Only reason why they come in duplicates is because I use them for clubs. And I have 2 Corvette C4 Grand Sports. Moving on from the collection, I got 2 ZDXs. 1 is honestly enough. The only reason why I had 2 was because of Silver Screen. It was useful for Silver Screen 2, as well as Horror Show. That was why. And then moving on from this, I have 2 Megans. Honestly, I need to get a 3rd Megan. I do have a 3rd one in my fuse pile. It's just that I haven't gotten around to maxing out a 3rd. Mainly because I don't really specialize in French cars. I have 3 Silvias as well. 2 370Z Nismos, and I have 4 Lotus 340Rs, along with 2 Maserati Quadrupodes. I've talked about this car many times. The only reason why I got these in duplicates, and I might even max out a 3rd, is because it's the only Italian ultra rare with standard tires. That being said, though, it's not the best ultra rare Italian car, ultra rare Italian for the wet, because there are some situations where the Lancia Delta Integrale is actually better. You just need to know what track sets it's better on. Unfortunately, I don't know that on the top of my head, because once again, I don't specialize in Italian cars. Infiniti G37, I need more of you in my life, so please, when I do a 1 mil pack opening, I want to get another one of these. 2 power boxes as well, BMW Z4 Coupe, 2 Virage Volantes, 2 DB3Ss. I also want to get more of these bad boys. Fantastic car. I just love everything about it. It's light, it's got the MRA, it's got decent handling, a high top speed, okay 0 to 60. It's a hybrid that hits all the right spots, so that's why I love the car so much. Moving on, we have my duplicates of Pontiac GTOs. This one's also relatively new, obviously came from famous tracks, so 14 days, 2 weeks old. I've used, well, I've not used it before? Really? Have I not used this car before? That is actually surprising. I mean, it has amazing handling, but yeah, I guess you want to use the Pandas when you can use the Pandas, right? And then obviously this one right here is my 500th Max Ultra. I'll always know this because my 2 other twin turbos are 969, but this one is my dry spec, so this is 699, added to the Dodge collection for sure. I have 3 of a kind of the BMW E39 M5s as well, 996, 699, and 969. And then of course I have 3 Suzuki C2s, looking for more though, would love to have more. The drag spec Suzuki C2 as well. I know it doesn't have the top speed, but 3.30 to 60 for 61 RQ, that is epic 0 to 60 right there. On top of that, it handles pretty well for a drag spec car, and it is very, very lightweight, coming in at 763 kilograms, so really nice. And then I have my collection sextuplets, right, of the Porsche 911 Turbo Martini, the first meme car I fell in love with. Now I collect BTRs, but honestly, I don't drop BTRs as often as I wished because I only have 5. I've never fused a BTR in my life. I've only ever had 5, and it's been a long time since I've actually unpacked the 5th BTR. So the 911 Turbo Martini, though, I do love the car, mainly because I love the Martini livery. I got some pretty mean specs of this one, actually, which is the 888. So this is the 969, 174, 174, 170, 171. Is this the, no, yeah, what even is this? This is 789, and I think 4.289 is this. Oh no, this is drag spec. 4392, 43, no, this one's 960. Okay, so I think this is my only meme version. Still, until this day, these cars are ridiculously old, you know, 1672 days. Until this day, there has not been an event where this has been the key car, which makes me really sad, which is the main reason why I stopped hoarding them, because in the past I was hoarding them in hopes that one day there'll be like some kind of like 70s German Porsche event. Well, this would be the best car to use and I can use all 5, but that day just never came, and I'm really sad, and I don't think it'll ever come because it's been 4 or 5 years. It hasn't had its moment. You got to get like 5 of like a super key car, and then maybe you might have a shot. But yeah, we have 3 Nissan Skyline R32s. One is drag spec because back in the day, this thing was a beast. It used to have MRA. It had like Kelsonic MRA, but unfortunately that's not the case anymore. 3 Viper RT10s. I got the Guara army going on, a couple Aston Martins over here as well, 5 of them in fact. I got a little Porsche army going on. I got 2 718 Boxsters, 2 718 Caymans. I have 2 Subaru Forester STIs, 1 drag spec and 1, sorry, not 1 drag, 1 off-road spec and 1 wet spec, 2 Torrent GXPs and 3 Lotus S1s as well. I have fused the Lotus Exige S1 before, and I regret that. I genuinely regret that. I could have had 4, but I did not seize the opportunity because I thought that the 340R was better, which it is, but that isn't to say that the Exige S1 is horrible. It's amazing. They're both Blossom choice, okay? There's enough space for both of them. I have quadruplets of, yeah, quadruplets? Yes, I'm losing my mind now. Volkswagen Golf GTI TCR as well, and 3 TVR Timora. So I think the final car where I only have 5 of, I do believe, is the Roof BTR. 4 924 Carrera GTS rallies, 2 911 RSs. This is the drag spec boy. The Carrera 4 just for the meme. Oh wait, no, I have quintuplets of the Evo 4. I got 5 of those bad boys as well, looking really nice. Looking for a sextuplet as well. Might max out a 6.1 next. And then we have 2 Jaguar XJ 5.0s. I use this car way too much. Like at the start of Great Exhibition, at at the start of GE, this car was actually really useful, but I don't use it that much anymore. I have two Ford Focus RS 500s, the overrated Ford Edge Sport. Everyone, including myself, thought that this would be a game breaker Ultra when it first came in American Frontier, but that really isn't the case. I don't use it that much actually. 189 races for 554 days? Not very good. Two Charger SRT8s, two Camaros as well, and four Cadillac CTS Coupes. And then I got a little bit of Bentley action going on, Acura NSX, two Maloos, one is a drag spec at 3.5, 0 to 60. I have two Subaru Legacies, looking for more. Please, I want like 5, 10, 15 of those bad boys. And of course, I have my collection of roof BTRs. Love to see them. Moving on as well, we have the 968 Turbo S, Skyline R33, two AMG S63s, almost at C, 3 Lancia 037 rallies, and I'm so happy to say that, because if this was like 2-3 months ago, I would only have had one, but I think this one is 55 days, so less than 2 months old, and this one is 22 days. So if I can get an 037 rally once a month before they go up to Epic, that would be great. And then obviously you have the Ford RS200, Chevrolet Colorado ZR2s as well, 4 of those, and I have a collection of Aston Martin Repeat S's, as you saw as a start. I got 4 of those, 3 Auto Deltas, and 2 Abarth 030s. One more thing I want to talk about though is I want to go back to looking for my E39 BMW M5. I think it's RQ60. Yes, my drag spec 3.985, my oldest Ultra in my garage, 1,752 days. I'm pretty sure that's the oldest. 1752. Compare that to you. 1752, 174. Yep, I knew it. Yep, the BMW E39 M5 is the oldest Ultra in my garage, so that's a drag spec one. Really showcases its age and, you know, my novice for the game at the time. But yeah, that is going to be it. 500 fully upgraded Ultra Rares. That is the collection. Definitely, I've been slowing down when it comes to maxing out Ultra Rares. Just not a lot anymore, you know? At this point, I'll max out duplicates of Blossom Choice Ultra Rares and, you know, maybe, you know, the unique ones, the ones that I don't have in my collection. But outside of those, everything else is considered fused for me now, and I can start looking forward to focusing on epics. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. Really happy to finally hit this milestone. Immediately when this video ends, I'm going to be upgrading another Ultra Rare. It's going to be a BMW that I do not have. It's a crap one. It's the X5 PHEV, I believe. So that's going to be 501. But it won't be anytime soon when I hit 600, because at this point, I've slowed down the pace for maxing Ultra Rares. But anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Let me know what your goals are for this rarity art in the comments below. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly, got it, jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly, got it, jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville
Atlantic.
Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks. Pin up girls everywhere with the drop dead look. Swing it side to side as we slow dance to the night, when I'll hold your perfect hand and take you out just for a ride. We'll